Walk off if the game's tied like shoestrings. It's a Mets podcast, orange and blue thing. Beat the other team with defense and a few. Listen to the show and peep what these dudes bring. If you didn't know, it's an orange and blue thing. Hope to win the championship and a few rings. We're talking baseball. It's an orange and blue thing. Walk off if the game's tied like shoestrings. It's a Mets podcast, orange and blue thing. Beat the other team with defense and a few swings. LFGM, it's an orange and blue thing.
What's up, Mets? All right. If you're watching the replay, you have absolutely no idea why we're laughing right now. But we just did like 5 minutes of the show, realizing that the microphones weren't even on.
And I asked right before we went on, are the microphones on? Can we hear ourselves? And we could hear ourselves, but they couldn't hear us.
Well, you know what? 2020 sucks. We were talking about a whole bunch of very important things. No, for real. No laughing matter. Very important stuff before the show went live, and we didn't have time to do a quick audio test here. So, anyway, Season 4, Episode 12, Orange and Blue Thing, August 27th, 2020, out here on Long Island. I am Darren, Meenan, and that's Julia Quadrino. We also have Lizzie behind the scenes running the phones if anyone wants to call to chime in.
Hello.
Sports is such a big part of our lives, clearly, and a lot of people's lives. Sports as a whole, whether it be soccer to football, hockey, baseball, basketball, whatever you do with your free time to occupy yourself as entertainment is such a big part of this world. But this world right now is going through such a phase that we've never seen in our generations. And, players are not shutting up and dribbling. They are not just going through the motions of just doing their jobs. They are standing up. They are speaking out. They are taking a knee like
they're being human beings.
Dom did last night. Exactly.
Yeah.
And, when you walked in, Lizzie and I were talking already like, hey, how much do we want to tackle on the show today with outside of the Mets? Because let's be honest here. Mets baseball is fun to watch, but it is not the world. It is not life. It's life for me.
The grand scheme,
I've made a career out of watching the Mets, but you know what I mean? But
in the grand scheme of things, it's not it's Dom Smith human being, not Dom Smith New York Met. That's what has to come first.
Exactly. And I'm on the same page as Dom and anyone who supports Dom.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important to say that. And it's not political. It's not political to say you support Dom and think that everyone deserves
an empathetic human being.
Right.
I don't know if you didn't watch Dom Smith's press conference last night. Do it immediately. And it's important. It's uncomfortable and it's important. But what you will see is a human being who is terrified. And that's all it comes down to. And I don't know how anyone can watch that and not think we individually and as a society need to do something so people in our country don't feel like that.
Right.
I know I can't say that I feel I will never know what he and thousands of others are going through. Millions. Thank you, Lizzie. But it's so beyond, and I was saying this to you before, that, in the context of people want to say that these athletes and celebrities and whatever, they have millions of dollars, like they just do your job and whatever, that's what you're here to do. If there is one good thing that I think Donald Trump has done for this country, it's that he broke that boundary of that celebrities can't have an opinion. We have a reality TV star as president. We have proven that if somebody with a platform says something that resonates with us, regardless of what their political background is, they can have power and they can make a difference of some sort. So if Donald Trump can say and do all that, so can athletes, so can celebrities, especially ones that are minorities and oppressed. If you don't want to listen to Dom Smith, stop watching. We have moved past the point where sports are just sports. People have a platform, people are going to use it, and they should not be criticized for doing that. So that's where I stand on it. And my second thing about it is, we sitting here doing a Mets podcast, Darren, who has started a whole baseball-related business, we don't get to do any of that without players like Dom Smith playing the game, making money for the game, providing us with entertainment. They are not just entertainment. They are human beings. They have feelings. They have lives outside of the sport. And we don't have any right to get up here and do this thing and make money off of him, essentially, without vocally supporting what he is saying and doing. So I want to make it very clear that we are supporting Dom Smith. That doesn't mean that we hate cops or wish any harm upon our friends and family that are cops. All it means is that we want Dom Smith and everyone who looks like him and feels like him to feel just as safe in our country as we do.
Exactly.
And that's that.
And, and I was talking to Lizzie with the claps behind the scenes here. I was trying to talk to you guys about this beforehand because clearly as a 40-year-old white male in this climate, I own a business. I don't have the same fears of calling the police.
Right.
I have five people in our wedding party are police officers or are police officers. And, we have a lot of family and friends who are police officers. And I feel like I'm in not a weird situation, but it's a hard way to explain that I stand with or I support Dom, but I also support my friends and my family.
What you support is no violence. You don't want anyone being hurt for who they are.
There are good and bad people in all walks of life. And, I will always support the police, but I also will always support people that should have the same rights as I do. And I understand the whole, I certainly would, if maybe tonight will be different if the Mets play. Mm-hmm. Other players might stand with him or kneel with him or put their hands on his shoulder or something because it maybe it was the kind of thing where they didn't know that was going to happen.
That's what it sounded like.
So then once the national anthem started and Dom kneeled, they were 20 feet away. It's oh, this is awkward. I walk over there now. So I understand last night was a little different.
Dom Smith said he didn't tell anyone he was doing it. He also
didn't he say this shit isn't for them or something like that?
Yeah, he said through sobs that it's not for them. It's not about them, which it kind of, they're two completely different stories. So, you have the Mets, and I will give them the benefit of the doubt last night that they didn't know it was happening. Fine. We'll see what they do tonight. Mookie Betts, I believe for the Dodgers, said that he didn't want to play. So all the Dodgers said is, we are not going to play until you feel comfortable playing.
Right.
That is showing support for your teammate. Saying in a press conference after the fact, we support him, but if you go out there tonight and he's kneeling by himself, that's not the support that he needs right now. And I understand people don't want to disrespect their friends and family that are police officers, but police officers have plenty of support financially and everywhere else in the world. Your black friends and family are the ones who need you to show that support right now. So it's really going to be interesting to see what happens today.
If they even play.
If they even play, who knows?
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
It's tough. I mean, you know what it is?
It's a tough subject for sure.
With this show and with the 7 Line and with everything else we've done over the past decade, it's always been what's our outlet from the world? What can we do to come together and watch the Mets and have fun with each other and not worry about all the outside not distractions, but let's say you're having a bad time with your family, or you're going through issues with so and so, or you had a rough week at work, or whatever it may be. You come to a baseball game, you cheer with us, we have a good time.
You go to a baseball game to distract yourself from a breakup, not from systemic racism.
Right? No, exactly. But you know what I mean. It's baseball has always been an outlet for us, and
for sure.
I'm sure it is for other people too. So you see how moved and emotional Dom was after the game. We saw that he kneeled before the game, and we saw what happened after the game. But during the game, did you notice something that kind of stood out to me? When Jeff McNeil got that hit, opposite field hit, he's been struggling a little bit at the plate. Dom Smith was at the top, as he always is, cheering on his teammates, big smile. And, so that, even for Dom, that 3 hours last night was a break from thinking about everything else.
He even said in his press conference that he was off, that game.
Of course.
It was an off day. How could you not be? I believe there was one. I watched the game in passing last night. I was doing something else, but I don't remember what the play was. But it was him and a few other players were trying to get to a foul ball. I don't think anybody got to it. I don't know, whatever. And you could just see he looked
of course,
just jaded by the whole thing. And I kind of thought that's what he was alluding to when he said that he felt off. But how could you not? I mean, it's. You wake up every single day with the same fear and seeing it reinforced and in the headlines and louder than it's ever been. And then you still have to go and do your job on TV in front of hundreds of thousands of people. That's not easy. I don't care that he's a professional athlete and he makes a lot of money. He is a human being. And when he takes his uniform off, he is a black man in America. And that's what he is. He's Dom Smith, the human being, not Dom Smith, the New York Met. And he needs to be respected as such. And so I will say it until I'm blue in the face. We here have a platform of our own to make our opinions known. And what I want it to be known is that Mets fans, the vocal ones of us, support Dom Smith in just wanting to be treated equally in our country. And I don't think that should be a controversial statement.
It's not. And it's also, it's weird that to some people that sounds political because it's not political.
It's not. I'm not a political, I don't want to say I'm not a political person because that just sounds stupid to say, but I have never been the type I never wanted to get involved in politics. Anytime I hear like political discussion, I would leave the room. But at this point, it can't be ignored because it's not politics. It's human rights.
Right.
It shouldn't take you knowing somebody for it to make you care, but sometimes it does. And if that's what it takes, there's going to come a day where you know somebody that this affects one way or the other. And will you want to say that you did not do as much as you should have? I don't want to. That's where I'm at.
So if you want to chime in about this or whatever, anything Mets related or whatever you want to talk about, we do have a phone number, 631-388-5195. And as we do each week, if you are watching the show live or watching the replay, we are going to give away some free stuff. The past couple weeks, we've been doing free stuff from the 7-Line, so we're going to give you some 7-Line gift cards. You can pick anything you want off the site. Just share the show right now if you're watching on Facebook. Retweet if you're watching on Twitter. If you're watching on Instagram, the replay of this will go up in a little bit. On Instagram, all you got to do is comment in the comments. I want some free Met stuff, and we'll randomly select someone next week to be the winner. So you have 6.5 days or whatever until the next episode to get involved, share the show, or comment on Instagram. If you're listening afterwards as a podcast, we don't actually have anything on the podcast where we can give you some free stuff. But all you got to do is listening to this, then go and share the show and do a lot of stuff. So I'm going to do this a little earlier than last week so I don't forget. Last week's winners on Twitter is at StagehandRick, at StagehandRick. On Facebook, Jeff Cohen. I wonder if he's related to Uncle Stevie.
If you are, hit us up.
And on Instagram, at Darryl Diamond. Darryl Diamond. So those are last week's winners. We will contact you pretty soon and send you a gift card. So last night you had Big Apple Trivia.
I did.
You gave away some money again.
I gave away a lot of money last night.
Thanks.
People are smart. I can't help it.
I think you got to make the questions harder, or there should be like a money cap.
You do not understand how hard it is getting to make questions. I'm going into week 10, okay? I make, 8 plus 12. That's 20 questions plus 27. I make about 30 questions a week, okay? That's a lot of fucking Mets trivia questions. There is a finite number of questions I can ask, and they all have to fit criteria. It is getting harder. So I'm reaching a crossroads where I either make them super easy because I'm running out of things that meet just easy, just hard enough, or super hard. And I honestly have been leaning towards the harder end of things. People are just smart.
We also have a wide audience. So if you don't know what we're talking about, Big Apple Trivia every Wednesday on Instagram right before the Mets game. So the games are at 7. Julie goes live at 6.
Yes.
And it's about 45 minutes or so. And we give away some stuff. And if you aren't comfortable being on camera, you can answer in the comments or in the chat.
Yes.
But, we get younger kids.
Yeah, we've had somebody as young as 12 years old play.
That's awesome.
She did awesome.
And she tries to curb her mouth a little bit and not be as...
vulgar.
Not that you're vulgar, but
I just have a trucker's mouth. I'm the youngest in my entire family. I grew up in a household of Mets, Jets, Knicks, and Islanders fans. So curses were flying about. And by the time I came along, nobody really cared to censor themselves.
Too, right?
Right. So it's whatever. My parents aren't proud of that, but it is what it is. I am who I am. So when I can remember to like last night, it was awesome. We had a guy, I think his name was Adam, and he was feeding his baby as he was playing trivia. And I felt bad because I had accidentally, and this is part of the thing. So I print out the questions and then just put them on the back of the cards because it's just easier than writing. And I accidentally printed out the same question twice. Mm-hmm. So I'd already asked it to somebody else and I realized, so I was like, I had messed up. So I was like, oh, fuck, whatever. I'm cursing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm cursing in front of a baby. I know it's a baby, but I felt so bad. But whatever. So I'll try to be better about that. But
no, it's all good. Whatever. I mean, I enjoy it. I have a good time watching. Yeah. And I pop in as, that it kind of lands at the not so perfect time for me, like with Amelia and, dinner time and stuff like that. So, I pop in when I can, and, obviously I watch the replays, but it's been fun. I've been having a good time with it. And, shout out to Coors Light. But, about resetting and chilling.
Someone needs to reset and chill.
You had a good idea with the whole reset and chill to pick out someone each week that needs to actually.
Last week was Jeff McNeil.
Maybe hit that button. So why don't you walk us through what's going on here?
This week, Pete Alonso, I think, needs to press reset and chill. And I think we've told him to do this once before, but this is in a different way. He is literally trying to break his helmet in half. And he's not succeeding. And he's getting angrier and angrier about it. And I think he could use a Coors Light.
So this is the bottom of the 8th last night.
I love him.
And you know what? I want to give a little, not props, but a quick shout out to Diaz, because they put him into another situation where
I was stressed watching that, man.
Of course, not to set up to fail, like they're having him be the fall guy, but like Wilson couldn't get out of his own way last night. They're bringing Diaz again with the bases loaded and trying to get out of it. He ends up getting hurt. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but another wasted Jacob deGrom start.
Oh my God.
It's
unreal.
I'm thinking Jacob deGrom in a past life pissed somebody off so bad.
It has been from the beginning. Because a question on Big Apple Trivia last night, the last question of the game was, how many starts did it take for Jacob deGrom to get his first Major League win? Do you know?
I have no idea.
8.
That's insane.
He had his first 4 starts were quality starts.
I was there for it.
Yeah. He was dominant in pretty much every single start. And when he finally got his first win, he was like 0-4. So he had like a 1-4 record through 8 starts. Insane. He won Rookie of the Year. He was clearly very good.
It was our first outing in Miami. So I think that was 15, I think. When was it 15 or 14? 14. So down in Miami, 2014. And that was his first ever victory. We were also there for his first home run at Citi Field. Yes. So we were there for a lot of cool things with Jacob deGrom.
That was Father's Day, right?
Yeah. But last night, I think it was he tied his career high, I think, 14 strikeouts.
14 strikeouts, yeah.
Went 7 strong, 1 earned run. Again, comes out of the game.
With a 3-run lead, too.
Right. And then instantly right out the window. But so whatever.
Insane.
It is what it is. I mean, that's the life of. Unfortunately, that's the life of Jacob deGrom, and I hope he doesn't go off the deep end one day.
Well, I always joke.
I don't know how he hasn't gone.
I
off the deep
always
end.
joke. I think because if you just look at him on the mound, my friends all think that Jacob deGrom is very attractive, and I'm not saying he's not. But when I see him on the mound, I literally see like a murderer. Like he looks like he wants to kill whoever he is facing.
I wouldn't blame him.
And I always joke that he's like low key a serial killer, and it's getting less funny because I'm genuinely concerned one day he's just gonna snap. Because
after last night, I wrote on my Twitter account, I was like, I would not blame him. I don't think anyone would blame him if he just opted out. You're like, you know what? Give me the 3rd Cy Young.
Right.
If he could just get it now, because obviously he's clearly the favorite so far.
Yeah.
Just give him the Cy Young and let him take the rest of the season off.
I agree.
He's gonna murder someone.
Honestly, at this point, this season is just so it doesn't matter to me. It's just it doesn't. If the Mets were to win the World Series, whatever, it doesn't seem like a World Series to me. All I care, just win on Jacob deGrom days, and everything else I don't really care about. Just stay healthy.
So let's give a quick shout out to our friends at Coors Light.
Yes.
If you go to get.coorslight.com, you can have some beers delivered right to wherever you may be. I put in the location here as for 41 Seaver Way, Flushing, New York, as you know, is Citi Field. So if Pete wants to actually get on the website, if Pete's watching, and get some fresh Coors Light delivered to the Mets clubhouse, that is the address, 41 Seaver Way. So
love it.
Coors Lights looks like you can also get some Blue Moons on there. They got some 6-packs, 12-packs. They got a whole bunch of stuff there. And, that's what we do. We reset and chill with Coors Light, and hope you guys do too. Make sure you celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. I had some Coors Lights waiting for me in the cooler last weekend at the New Jersey State Championship.
How'd you do?
I was off my game big. I ended up getting 6th out of 25
Oh, yes,
people.
I did see that. That's good.
On paper, that looks okay, but I should have done much better. I had bad starts. I fell a couple times. I was kind of just out of my. So much of it is mental, and I was off my game from the morning, and it is what it is. But I have another one next weekend. We'll see if I do any better. But so I had the Coors Lights in the fridge, and my buddy Dan, who did well too. I had 2 beers. He's like, I don't want to take your only beers. But it's all right. You could have one Coors Light. I'll have the other.
It's fine.
I travel light these days. I'm not really drinking much, but when I do, it's definitely Coors Light.
Perfect.
Let's hit the phones. We got John in New Jersey. What's up, John?
Hi, Darren.
Yeah, this is Darren, Julia.
Oh, wow.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was watching a show, and it's on a bit of a delay, so I'm a little surprised. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good.
Hey, I just wanted to spread a little bit of just some positivity today. I watched that Dom Smith post-game interview probably 10 times this morning, and I don't know if Dom Smith ever listens to the show, but if he does, I just want to say to Dom Smith, we love you. We'll always be there for you. We'll always support you. Mets fans will never abandon you. And I just want to show some love for Dom Smith today because he's one of my favorite players, and I just want him to know that we will always be there to support him.
Absolutely. Right there with you, John. Thanks for the call.
No problem.
No, especially because we can't. Like, if this was a normal season, we would be in the stands. I'm sure there would be a lot of signs, a lot of whatever, like physical support. Obviously, we can't be there. So that's nice. And I think it's, as much as we can. Yeah. Through the show, online, social media, let them know.
What we can do is, Dom mentioned this in his sit down with Steve Gelbs during the offseason. Dom and a couple buddies did start Baseball Generations, and that's all for the youth in the Los Angeles area where they do training. They set up camps. You can actually go on the website baseballgenerations.com and you could donate. So if you want to help make a difference in the youth of today and support Dom's foundation, it's Baseball Generations Academy, Los Angeles' best youth travel ball program for 8 to 16-year-olds, all about player development in games and tournament exposure. They have a skills camp. They sell apparel, so if you want to pick up some shirts to support the foundation, or just go to the bottom. I'm pretty sure there is a button.
There's a spot to donate.
Yep. And also there's an area here for kids to sign up, or maybe their parents to sign up. So definitely Dom is doing great things for his community. And
it's very active too. I donated a while ago, so now I get the emails, and it's like every day they have like new programs, new camps, whatever. It's really, really awesome what they're doing.
Yeah, it says right here, Baseball Generations Academy provides professional training to develop each player's game by position, and they get 5 to 6 hours of training per week. So I'm not sure if it's free for the kids because of the donations, or maybe Dom himself or the other players involved kick in. I'm sure they do.
Right.
But as a whole, Dom is basically just trying to give all kids a fair shake. Like if you grow up in certain neighborhoods, certain areas, maybe your schools or your programs aren't as funded,
right,
as they would be for
and
other
lots
kids.
of time that's why people end up in crime or bad situations, because as children they didn't have outlets and communities and ways to keep occupied and out of trouble. So this is how we fix these problems, and Dom is doing it. He is putting in the work, and we should support him in every single way, including with this foundation.
I mean, I'd have to talk to Dom about it if there's a way for us to do something where we can maybe sell something and give a portion of the proceeds back to his foundation. This is a weird, I don't expect anyone to understand this, but this is a weird year for us. As you might expect, things aren't exactly flying off the shelves.
Right.
And, by trying to make ends meet. And I'm not trying, this isn't like a pity party on us by any means. Like we're getting by, but, if anyone's been watching or noticing, we haven't really been coming out with any new shirts, any new products, any new garments, because who knows, the baseball could get canceled today,
right?
And they got the trade deadline coming up this weekend or Monday. Teams they're taking a gigantic gamble because they don't know what's going to happen the rest of the season. They can make a big trade, and then next week the season gets canceled for either COVID reasons or protest reasons.
Who knows?
Who knows? So, long story short, we haven't made. If anyone deserves a new shirt, this is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
it would be Dom, because we come up with certain shirts each year to support players that are thriving, whether it's Conforto. Last year was Pete Alonso, the Polar Bear shirts, Jeff McHitz. We've done certain things here and there. Yeah. Back in the day, we even had like Kirk Neuenhuis t-shirts.
Yes, I love the Kirk shirt.
Because no one could spell his name right. But, Dom is definitely very, very, very deserving for many reasons.
And not even just for what he's doing off the field, but he's the only one on the field doing shit.
But that's what I mean. But like now is kind of a weird time to commit to garments, because we don't make 20, we make hundreds when we make a design.
And it's also a weird time, how much disposable income people have to buy t-shirts, who knows?
Right,
but like you said, if anyone is deserving, it's for sure Dom.
I mean, the only thing that I've been putting like eggs in one basket is the home run apple stuff, because like this isn't really just a segue to promote tomorrow, but we have like the drawstrings coming out tomorrow. But the Home Run Apple stuff sells, and I'm not worried about getting stuck with that. But like player stuff is always hit and miss.
Right.
Look, we still have Cespedes
I was
shirts
just
in the
gonna
back.
say, how those Cespedes shirts too?
We have Matt Harvey shirts in the back.
Yeah.
We have Stroman shirts in the back.
Yeah.
And, things happen, and then we're stuck with them. So. I'll talk to Dom and try to figure out something that maybe we could do during the off season when we get a little bit more certainty of what's going on in 2021.
Yeah.
And then we could donate to his charity.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If anyone wants to give a shout, 631-388-5195, Mets or whatever. Sometimes we go off the rails. Last week, I think we were talking about like Botox
dating.
and dating.
Botox and online dating.
And online dating and this and that, so on and so forth. But, let's... do what we can with the show. No, seriously, like it's. I like when we go off the rails, but like there's certain times when like
it doesn't feel.
It's as Lizzie cracks open a beer back there.
Yeah.
What's up, Lizzie? You are now on screen.
Cheers, guys.
I like that neon we got. It's been here for like
that is nice.
6 months, but it's never made its appearance on the show yet.
You know what's cool about this neon? It's not actually a neon.
What is it?
It's like a plastic.
Oh, it's like LED.
Yeah. That's smart.
Cool.
You know what?
Yeah.
Not only that, because it's dimmable. Because you can dim it in the back.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you're listening afterwards,
doesn't miss.
you have no idea what we're talking about. But we have a nice Coors Light light here.
Yes.
So this weekend is the Subway Series. I feel like over the years, the Subway Series was such a big thing a long time ago. Now, every year, it's like, oh, Subway Series, like big whoop, who cares?
Yeah.
Now with no fans in attendance or you can't go to the games. You're really you're locking yourself into your coverage, whether it's on the radio or on TV.
Right.
I feel like there's no juice behind it, especially with what's going on in the world. Like, who knows if that's even going to happen this weekend?
Yeah.
But Friday's supposed to be a doubleheader. Sunday's supposed to be a doubleheader. Friday's game the first game starts at 4:00, and the way that they're working it is since last week got canceled, they are going to be playing at Yankee Stadium, but the Mets are the home team in the second game.
I don't know if I like that.
And then on Saturday it's just one game, and on Sunday game one's at 1:00, and then Mets are the home team in game two. But the other night when they were the away team
I didn't get
against
that.
the Marlins.
I
well, it's because they
refused
canceled
to
the game
accept
last
it.
Thursday.
No, I know, but I didn't. As it was happening, it didn't compute. Like I couldn't.
I think
remember.
it's a huge fail on the. I don't know who makes the calls. I think it's someone in the locker room that they didn't wear the away jersey even though they were home.
Oh, that would have made it easier to identify.
Colin Cosell said that I think that he was doing just the intros for the Marlins. It's like now batting, because or the music or something like that. They were doing walk-up songs.
They don't have to go that hard with it. It's not like the fans are there to get that.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
They also said, and not that the Mets did much hitting that night, but they said that if the Mets were to hit a home run,
the apple
wasn't going to go. I'm like, who is this for? This is just like, let's stick it to the Mets. You're not the home team.
But I think that they should definitely have worn their road grays, even though they're home.
I agree. That would have made it visually easier for me as a fan to remember that they are not the home team.
Right.
Because it was hard to remember that.
Yeah, the Subway Series. Did you come to the outings when we did the 4 in a row? We did every day, 4 straight days. What year was that? 16?
Oh my God!
It was 16
yeah,
now.
16.
I think I went to one of the City Field ones.
Oh my God! I was on that 5th day.
Yeah.
I was cursing myself.
Yeah.
Like, why did I do this?
Well, that reminds me of like the playoffs. That was rough too. Just every single day.
Well, that's different.
Playoffs, it's fun, but it's exhausting.
Yeah, but playoffs. I mean, you find the energy.
Right.
Like we did. The schedule came out, and this was before the Yankees decided to be weirdos with us. Like, all right, it's 4 days back to back during the week, 2 at home, 2 away. Let's just do them all.
Right.
So the first 2 are at Citi Field, and obviously I was living out here still, and I'm like, it's going to be tough for me to go to work. Were we still in New Hyde Park then?
I think we were in New Hyde Park.
Yeah, so we were still in New Hyde Park before we moved out here. So I was driving from Suffolk County to New Hyde Park, working and then going to the game. I'm like, I can't do that and then go home and then go back to work and go to the game. So I just stayed at my parents' for the 4 days or the 3 nights in Queens. And by the 4th day, I was ill with being so tired.
We were exhausted.
Yeah.
I remember Darren being like, why did we do this?
We were filming Loyal Till Last Out as well.
Oh.
So, not that we were putting on and sometimes act for the cameras, but it's we were filming and we were capturing content. So it wasn't even I'm not going to say that
you couldn't show how tired you were.
I'm not going to say I pull an in dart where the lights go on and I'm like, woo, let's go. But like sometimes when we were filming that, and no offense to Josh, because that's his job, I'm like, I don't even want to do this right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Josh came to the Yankee game that we lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Game 3.
Yeah.
So we won game. I think we split the whole season, the series. So it was the 4 games. We went 2-2. I think game 1 we won, and then after that we did the reverse tailgate, and then somehow. I think it was very early on of me hanging out with like Katie and them.
Yeah.
We went to Bell Boulevard afterwards.
I remember this night. I remember being told about this.
It was such a long day. I can't believe I did that.
You told me you're going. I was like, adios, partner.
That's when I still ate fast food. So it's like, we're doing White Castle. We're going to Bell Boulevard.
Oh, you loved your White Castle.
Yeah,
You've cut out White Castle?
I don't eat meat.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
I haven't had fast food in shit, I don't even know how long.
When I think of White Castle, I think of you because I don't know anybody else who eats that crap.
Well, when I love it. I mean, I'm not going to even say it's crap because it's delicious, but I don't eat it anymore.
Listen, not like on occasion.
Right.
Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Well, I curbed it. It started curbing it big time. I was having a bunch of stomach issues, not to go off the rails here, but I was having a bunch of stomach issues. I stopped drinking coffee like over 2 years ago. My doctor was like, cut out coffee, cut out red meat, cut out gluten, cut out
all the good stuff.
What else was it? Caffeine, gluten,
fun,
red meat, alcohol, like everything. I cut everything out for
I remember
weeks,
when you weren't drinking.
And then I slowly brought things back. And then I just stopped drinking coffee. I stopped eating red meat. And then after that, I was like, all right, I guess I'm just not going to eat meat anymore.
Well, I guess it helps when your wife's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So it's like, if one of us is already doing this, we might as well.
It's so much easier to cook.
Yeah.
When I make dinner a lot, and it's just like I'm making one dinner.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But there's so many options now anyway. But anyway, changing the subject here. We went to White Castle, then we went to Bell Boulevard, and then the next day, obviously, went to work and everything, and then it's just the cycle of every day doing an outing with like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
Darren liked White Castle so much that like 20 years ago, he was a White Castle burger for Halloween.
Not even 20 years ago. That was... It was such a good costume.
It was such a good costume.
I need
Pull up
a
picture.
photo.
It's going to be hard for me to find it, but it was... I was working at a bar... I was bartending at a bar in the Lower East Side called Fontana's. It was about...
Which was so much fun.
2000...
It sounds fun.
It was so much fun.
2008 or so. And it's funny because back then we had that... You know, ever hear that beer, Delirium? It's a strong beer. It's got a pink elephant on the logo.
Okay.
But it was like an 8% beer. And people are like, oh, you have Delirium? It's so strong. And I'm like, now everything's 8%.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's all I drink now.
Yeah.
We're at the bar, and I'm like, all right, we're going to hang out, and after work, go to the parade in the village. So I guess I scanned it or something. I went to Staples and printed out the box of a White Castle box and made it gigantic and put backpack straps, and I was wearing no shirt, no pants, like underwear.
You didn't have to go that hard.
But it was like an unseasonably warm Halloween for some reason. It was like 70 degrees. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just wear this.
Were you the hamburger or the cheeseburger?
Cheese. I was the orange box.
Oh my god!
I need to find a photo.
So
I wonder
just
if
walking
I could find
down the
one.
parade route, and everyone's like, "White Castle!" Like, it's so awesome. Yeah, it was great. And
that's
honestly,
when you peaked.
It was.
You peaked as a White Castle burger.
That was a great costume.
That was also honestly a gigantic ad for them. They should have like reached out because like White Castle follows the 7 line on Twitter.
Yeah, but I didn't. Was Twitter even a thing back then?
The 7 line wasn't
was the 7 line a thing back then?
No.
7 line wasn't around yet. But
how long
bring
ago
it
was that?
back.
That wasn't 20 years ago.
20 years?
Yeah.
No, it was like 2008. It was like a year before the 7 line. And
it was no.
I think you should do like a TBT.
I did not bartend
this
at
Oh my
Halloween.
God! Andrew found the photo. Andrew? How did you do that?
I didn't bartend at 19. Here, I'll just change the angle. I don't know if you could. No way! That's awesome. How do you find that?
I have no idea.
And I got the red bandana. Damn, that's Kitty Dazza. Shout out. That's
Oh
funny.
my god, that's amazing. I can't.
That was a great costume.
I saw you guys in person because I think I was working in the city that year, and
White
I
Castle
went
should
down
have given
there.
us so much free shit.
I was gonna say you should do like a TBT on
Guys,
Halloween
it's
this year
really
now that they
good.
know of you, and I'm sure they'd repost. Like,
Well, no,
work on it.
now it's I'm a family, so we always do the family costume. So
No,
last
I'm
year,
just saying post it again. Don't do
yeah.
it again. Just like post
So
it.
Andrew Googled White Castle costume.
no way.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Hell
Google
yeah.
it.
I'm a Google search. That's awesome.
You're the Google
Oh my God,
search
that's
for
so
White
good.
Castle costume.
Let me check this
Babe,
out.
thank you so much for sending me that.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Let me see.
He's going to Google because he wants to see it for himself.
I really want to see
Go
it
click
too.
images. Click images.
Okay, hold on.
Show us
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Hell
Holy
yeah.
crap.
Oh, I put it up.
Oh, it was on Twitter.
I posted it on Twitter.
2007.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Damn, I look
my
jacked.
God.
Oh my God, that's
Hell yeah.
so funny.
Oh, now I got what you said. Katie Dazick is the bandana.
I got to start doing push-ups again. That's awesome. Well, maybe it's not awesome, but whatever. That's funny.
Holy crap.
Anyway, share the show if you want some free Mets stuff. Facebook, hit the little share button, retweet if you're on Twitter. Also, you can comment on the Instagram post whenever this goes up as a replay.
Yes.
Give me or I want free Mets stuff, and you'll be put in the running to win some stuff. Let's give a quick shout out to our friends at Dugout Mugs. Dugout Mugs are the only officially licensed dugout mug or baseball bat mug with MLB, MLBPA, also Cooperstown. You can go to dugoutmugs.com/OABT, and they are doing another phenomenal special for all you guys listening. 30% off site-wide. Anything you see on their website is 30% off. You can get the mugs, the shot glasses, the bottle openers. You can get the customize the logo with your own photo, your own logo, whatever it may be.
Wow, those are 30% off too?
Yeah, everything.
I might have to
So
do
a
that.
lot of you keep talking about getting this.
I know. I'm waiting for the deal. That's the deal.
That's the deal.
That's the best deal you're
That's
gonna
a great
get.
deal. I'm going to go for it.
So dugoutmugs.com/OABT. You don't have to enter any kind of special promo code. It just automatically is going to discount you at checkout. So definitely go check them out. They're out in Florida or down in Florida. They do great work. And I want to pull up this mug from our friend Danny Finley.
Oh, this was so cute.
Did you see this?
Yes.
So on opening day, I guess maybe his wife or his family member took a photo of him and his daughter, I guess watching the game at home, and then they made it into a mug.
So
cool.
So it
cute.
says Mets opening day 2020 quarantine edition. And look how detailed this is. So I texted
good.
him afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
he's holding a book. I can't remember what that book says, like First Mets book or
Yeah.
whatever. You could see the little details there on
His CFS scarf too.
yeah.
It's crazy.
And the little onesie, Daddy dressed me onesie. So Finley's always been a great supporter of everything that we do.
Yes.
And he took part in the Dugout Mug special. So definitely go check them out. Tell them we sent you. Definitely use the promo code. Well, actually, you don't have to use it. Just make sure you type in that
the address.
and that's how you're going to get the discount. So
Cool.
dugoutmugs.com/OABT. Always happy to have them part of our family, and definitely check them out. I mean, maybe you got something coming up soon. Holidays are coming up. You want to purchase something ahead of time for a friend or family member or someone who might not even be a Mets fan. They got a lot of options up there, and that's it. Check them out. So what photo are you going to get? You always talk about it.
I think I'm going to get a picture of me and my dad at Johan's no-hitter.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like...
You were sitting on the left field line?
Yeah, we were right there. You can literally... It's my favorite part of the whole thing is that on strike 3, when they show Johan like fist pumping, you can see me and my dad jumping up and down right next to his face, and my dad's bare stomach is like out and about flying around. My mom called him and she's like, "Thank God you went on a diet because your stomach is all over TV."
Did they do Free Shirt Fridays back then? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
That was a Friday night. Shoemaker texted someone that morning, "Hey, you want to come to the game? Johan's going to throw a no-hitter."
Shut up.
That day.
He should have like framed
He
the
has the
text.
screenshot, yeah.
That's amazing.
So he got Kelly's ticket. She was still teaching at the dance studio at the time. We had 2 seats for that game. She couldn't make it, obviously. Well, she could have taken off of work, but
Right.
I was feeling so off my game that day as far as just like life.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good. We went to McFadden's prior. I always was drinking something at the time, and I switched it up. I had like a rum and Coke, which I never have in my life.
Right.
I would always get like a certain sandwich when I got there, and sausage and peppers or whatever. I ended up getting Subway.
So you just threw everything out.
Everything was different.
Yeah.
And then the game started, and I did not leave my seat. And I said to Shu, I grabbed his knee. I'm like, "You better not go to the bathroom."
You
And he
know
did.
what happened to me, right?
Did you go to the bath? You got up?
No.
What happened?
So I had to go to the bathroom so bad since like, I can't believe I'm telling a story, since like the 4th inning, but I couldn't because he had a no-hitter. I'm like, I'm not leaving my seat. I'm not going to be the reason that this happens.
God.
So on strike 3, when I'm jumping up, losing my shit, I peed my pants a little bit.
No way.
The shorts did not survive. They died a hero.
Were they like a light color shorts?
It was denim. So I just it was raining that night. I kind of got away with it to be like, it was wet.
You know what
That's
you got to do?
I
hilarious.
peed my pants at you once.
You got to throw more shit on you.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's the only way to get around it.
I had a sweatshirt. I just put it around my waist. It was fine. It was like, I said to him, I'm like, Dad, I just peed my pants. He's like, I don't care.
Oh, you know what?
He should have been like, me too.
I was literally, we were like hugging strangers. It was amazing.
I was trying to find ways to see if I could go in the seat. So like I definitely had like I think I had like a crew neck sweatshirt. We were making them at the time. Like if I cover myself, maybe I can use this bottle. I was like, I don't want to leave the seat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a funny story. Thank you for sharing. I think you actually did you say it on Big Apple Trivia too?
Maybe in passing, and then I realized that was a mistake because I shouldn't be saying that out loud. But yeah, I think I did.
Whatever.
Not as in detail.
I think open books. The way to go.
It was for the greater good. You all have a no-hitter now because of me, so say thank you. You're welcome.
You know what's funny? I was holding it. I had to go so bad, and then when the game was over, I felt like I didn't have to go anymore.
Well, I didn't either.
I've thought about it before when we're in the front row, in our sections. There are drains down there. I'm like, if it ever comes down to it where like I can't leave this seat, I might have to use one of these drains one day.
Oh, male privilege.
For real.
I can't get away with
real.
that. He's thinking about it. And this is why we're not allowed back at Citi Field.
Yeah, right. Sorry, Mets. Who knows when we're going to be back there? I posted something on my Twitter account the other day because the Mets have been doing so many emails lately, like sign up for tickets, sign up for 2021 season ticket package. I'm like,
what do you mean?
No offense, Mets, but who in their right mind is doing that?
Yeah.
Like, we have 10 dates circled. I know the dates.
Mm-hmm.
I know where we're going if there's away games next year. I know all that stuff. Everything's ready.
Yeah.
And that's my job. I have to be ready, you know? But it's foolish of me, or I feel like almost irresponsible of me to like put it out and get people's hopes up that like this is the day we're going here. Or, I mean, granted, you could do the math. I wrote that we're going to Boston. They're only going there once.
Right.
But I mean, the home games, I feel like if I post it, people are like, oh, I'm definitely going to this game in June. Like, maybe not.
And then it's also like, especially the away trips, like if people are buying the tickets, then they have to book their hotels, they have to book their flights, and then go through the whole hoops. If they can't go, they have to cancel it. And it's just
so I'm pumping the brakes.
Much,
Like, we'll see what the hell happens, and we'll go from there. But Anyway, trade deadline's coming up. I think I alluded to that in a little bit ago.
Crazy that there's a trade deadline in this season.
I mean, you have to. What? Because some teams, they're going to go for it, and it's tough because who knows what's going to happen. The world is living so minute by minute right now. If they make a big commitment, big trade, and same thing. Like you make a trade for the rest of the season. You're making a trade to have a guy for a month.
That's what I'm saying, and I can't imagine trading like. To me, it's not that like I will ever root against the Mets, but I don't see them winning the World Series this year as like a real World Series, to the fact where like I'd be pissed if they did, because I was born in 1995. I've never seen the Mets win a World Series. I do not want this to be the first one.
Watch, they win the World Series, then nobody can go
to
the
parade. Yeah, but it's more of just like, people are always like, oh, why don't you just be a Yankees fan? It's easier. I'm like, because I've been in it for so long. I spent all this money. I spent all this time. Like that moment when they finally win, it's going to be so worth it. It would so not be worth it if it was this season.
Well, they're not built as a World Series
but
contender right now. But what I'm saying
is like I can't even imagine trading potential like prospects or people that could help you for years to come for like a rental to win this year. Like I can't imagine doing it. If we were in it, I'd be pissed if they did that. Right. Like I wouldn't
I don't
them to do that.
Who knows if Brody's going to survive through this offseason? I mean, when the Mets are sold, if they're sold soon, if the new regime and the new heads are going to be like, all right, this is the guy we want going forward.
Yeah.
I have no idea. So the last thing I want is for them to make a bad choice.
Right.
In this weird short season to get rid of a guy like, let's say, Jimenez or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there.
Oh, yeah. I'd be pissed.
He turns into a star with the Cardinals.
But you know what Brody needs to stop doing? Right. He keeps saying, and he's done this before,
he puts his foot in his mouth.
He's like, oh, we have people coming back from the DL or the IL. So that's basically like a trade. That's basically like we're getting new. And just stop. I get what you're trying to say, but stop saying it.
Speaking
Because it's
of
not
the
making anyone feel better.
IL, even though they didn't come out and actually say it,
Yeah.
you're banking on it's Nito and Jimenez that both caught COVID in Florida?
Yeah.
Or tested positive in Florida?
To my understanding, it was one player and one coach were positive, and then a few players stayed back because they were in close contact.
Aren't they all in close contact, though?
Yeah.
You would
that's
think.
what
Maybe
I
they're
think.
like rooming together. Like maybe Nito and
maybe.
Jimenez are roommates. Who knows? I'm willing to bet that I feel like I don't want to speculate on people's health. Like this feels like really weird, but I would think it was Nito only because like if only one of them was definitely positive, I don't think they would put a catcher on the IL like just to be safe because catchers, they need them. They just had to call somebody else up. So like, I don't know. I feel weird speculating about people's health, but I would say, yeah, it's probably Nito.
I mean, last week I put it out like, is it really even that important?
It's
But
not.
it's like we all kind of were going to start connecting the dots after you see, all right, they're playing baseball again. Who's not here?
Yeah.
Who's not here? Who's not playing?
And then for undisclosed reasons. But
Right.
if you go like online, they're listed as they're on like the COVID.
Oh, really?
Like it says that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So there
both
you
of them
go.
are listed as COVID.
They didn't cover their tracks that great.
Yeah. No, definitely not. But you know what I was also going to say, or talking about like this season or whatever, Louis Rojas has made some questionable in-game decisions, I would say, but I kind of don't mind it for the sole purpose of one, I don't really care what happens this season. Two, he is a rookie manager, but all of the Mets players were so high on this guy. Like they all wanted him. They all see something there. I kind of like that he has this season to like work out the kinks,
Practice.
make those mistakes. Yeah. And then like, all right, get that out of the way. And then when we have a real season to play for, like he got that out of the way. He's good to go. Like Mickey Callaway obviously had some rookie mistakes that it sucked because those were seasons where we were expected to be good. We should have been good. And I'm not going to say he was the reason that we didn't make the playoffs those years, but like, it's people blame Mickey for a lot. And I think I don't know. I see a lot of like anger on Twitter towards Rojas. I'm just like, it's fine. This is the season for a rookie manager to like work it out. The players love him. Let's just see. So like you were talking about, Steve Cohen comes in, they bring in all new guys. I hope they give Rojas a fair shot because I think if the players love him this much, when Beltran was fired and they brought in Rojas, everybody was so excited about it. Not excited in the same way when Beltran was hired. And that's nothing against Beltran. I just think these guys all know him, that this is who they wanted to be manager originally. So yeah, I think it's fine. Everyone needs to press reset and chill when it comes to Rojas.
Well, speaking of resetting and chilling, do you think that the Mets play tonight?
I don't know. I'm gonna say if every other team.
Not if you want them to,
No.
or do you think they will?
I really. Yeah, I think they will.
They do play.
I think they will because the Mets, they with all of the protests and boycotting things, that they really haven't been participating in much of any of it. I don't see them not playing.
Well, the morning show on WFAN, they put up a poll. I wrote no to this question that they posed this morning. Do you think the NBA will cancel the season? So the NBA, if you don't follow that, they are in the playoffs right now. So it's a big deal. They spent a bunch of money and time and resources to build this bubble and get everyone down there, get the press involved, get everyone in the bubble. And clearly, like I said in the jump, a lot of things are more important than that right now. So to the players who are all predominantly, African American or people of color, is it more important to the players to say, you know what, screw it, let's cancel the season and see how things shake up for next year, or go through with it?
Yeah.
I voted no, that they will not cancel the season today, but over almost 6,000 people voted, and 56.2% believe that they will cancel the season.
I don't know if it'll happen today. I just think
I think when you have someone like LeBron, who's like their biggest
that's
player,
what I
he's
was going
so
to say.
vocal.
You can't play without players, and the majority of these players are all on the same page, which is the difference between MLB and the NBA. Like you said, NBA is predominantly black players, MLB is predominantly white players. So everybody in NBA pretty much is unified on this. And Lizzie?
Zappa in the comments wrote basketball is resuming Friday.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, I don't think
2-day pause.
I wouldn't think it would get done today or whatever. I just think that it's on the players. Like, I don't think the owners really can make that decision. If the players don't want to play, the players don't play.
Right.
And it's, I know that
but
it's
that's
a money
what's great
thing.
about it, because they're put in the position now. They're in charge.
Yeah, but
You know?
and that's the point they're trying to make.
Right.
We have a voice.
Right.
We matter.
Right.
We make you money. It's not the other way around.
Right.
So
Well, to be fair, they're all making money, but
I know they're making money, but they'd have no money to make if they weren't playing.
Right. No, exactly. You know what we used to do? We used to actually go through the comments on Facebook and read things, and if people had not everyone, a lot of people are actually watching this right now at work, and they're not even supposed to be, so they can't really pick up the phone and start calling from their desk or where they're home or wherever if they're back at work. But if you want to chime in the comments, and maybe Lizzie can read them to us if you feel like it. If not, whatever.
That works too.
It's always interesting here, and I really enjoy doing this each week, because not only is it just something that I have fun doing, I think it's always important to keep the community vibe of what we built going, whether there's outings to go to or not.
Right. Just a way to check in.
Yeah. Reset and chill.
Love it.
We're
getting better at that. We really have it down to like a science of when to say it.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we're doing. We're here on a Thursday, middle of the day, hanging out. It's crazy to think also that when COVID hit, and the days for some people seem to feel like weeks.
Yeah.
Each day would go by like, oh, Groundhog's Day. You know?
Yeah.
It's almost September.
That's insane.
Halloween is 2 months away.
My birthday is in a couple weeks.
No
and
way.
September 18th. Yep.
18?
Yeah. But
Wait, September 18th?
September 18th.
I was going to say, you're going to be 18?
Oh. No, I'm going to be 25.
Oh, no way.
But
Getting old.
I know, halfway to 50. But if you had told me in like March that this would still be going on by my birthday, I never would have thought.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I literally don't even know if by my next birthday we'll be done now. It's insane. Who knows?
I'm not getting my hopes up for anything. That's why I like the whole thing with putting the schedule out.
Yeah.
We all know what the baseball schedule is supposed to be next year.
Yeah.
But are we really expecting that to happen? Oh, you're big on music and shit like that, like Taylor Swift and shit like that.
Yes.
Aren't they having the awards this weekend?
They're having the VMAs.
How?
And I have no friggin' idea.
With real people?
No, I can't imagine there's crowds. I don't know.
No, not crowds. But
Yes, there's performances.
What?
I don't know why. I don't know. They're not making it sound like it's like remote because they're saying live from New York. So I really think that
But it's
artists,
still going to be like the crowd, and everyone's going to be sitting in their seats.
I don't know.
Inches apart from each other.
I don't think they'll have like the award winners there. I think just the people who are performing will like perform and then leave. You know what I mean? I don't think there's going to be like an audience.
Maybe it'll be taped and you won't even realize it. When they're like, oh,
could be. Well, they say live. They said live from New York. So I don't know.
They could be pushing the stream button from
That's
New York.
true.
Doesn't mean it's actually live.
That's true.
But
I don't really know.
the I don't remember which award show it was. Probably one of these MTV ones.
Yeah.
I think U2 was supposed to be live somewhere, but they weren't really there. It was like on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah.
That was obviously recorded.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe I was almost a VJ.
What?
Do you know that?
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, tell the story.
I almost was a VJ on MTV.
How? When? What decade was this?
Okay, let me just
This is really 20 years ago now.
Let me just explain something about Darren. Darren used to try out for everything.
Not everything. I
You
sent a Real
in a
World
video.
tape.
Yes, you sent in a video for Real World, and I remember that because you were like, you know what I did today? Oh.
I'm surprised they didn't pick me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't pick you either. But yeah, so
anyway,
the VJ thing,
the VJ thing, there was a show called TRL. I'm sure you know about TRL.
I do know about TRL.
Before TRL would go on at whatever time that was, there was VJ for a day. It was a show.
Right.
So you would try out for the show. I remember I went to Manhattan and tried out with a bunch of people. And it was like a one-on-one.
This is completely true.
Recorded whatever. I was
Right.
19, I think. 19 or 20. I'm 39. It was
Right.
a long time ago. So I'm in the room. I get called back to be on the show. And then it's a 3-person show. So it was me versus 2 other people. You
Okay.
have to read cue cards, intro some videos, throw it to whoever.
I'm surprised you did this back then.
Why?
Because you had like anxiety, right?
No, that didn't start until like 10 years later.
Oh,
after
okay,
that.
okay.
So I was all about it. I was
Okay.
waving through the window to the crowds, blowing kisses to people outside. I went to a bar afterwards, like, weren't you on TV?
Holy
Yep,
crap.
that's me. Anyway, so
Holy crap.
the premise of the show was if you win 3 days, you're supposed to get hired.
Right.
I won 2 days. On the 3rd day, you had to vote by calling in. There wasn't like go on Twitter. It wasn't no
Right.
freaking Twitter.
Right.
You know, there was instant messenger,
Yeah.
but no one's voting on instant messenger. So I was winning, clear-cut winning on the third day. MTV definitely rigged it so I would lose because if I would win, the show's over. There is no more VHF for a
Right.
day. So I lost. But
That's bull.
yeah.
You need to
Shoemaker
avenge your
had the
past
tape.
self. No.
Shoemaker, he had it because his dad
Next
was like the
barbecue,
first
break
person
that
to
out.
no, we can't find it. He was the first person to ever have TiVo, and he TiVo'd it. There was on then it was on something else,
TiVo.
and then I've never seen it again.
Oh,
And
damn
that's
it.
I've reached out to people
upsetting.
over the years like that work for MTV. I'm like, is there
Yeah.
archives for this shit? Like, you have to find this.
Yeah.
I think one of the questions was like, who would you invite to a party or something like that?
What'd you say?
I said Britney Spears because like how could she resist these baby blues or something like that? And I looked into the camera and I was like winking my eyes. It was
All right,
so
you deserve to lose.
it was so, no, people loved it. It was freaking awesome. It was so much fun. Anyway,
Justice for Britney Spears.
what else is awesome is our friends from Feltman's of Coney Island.
I'm
the
still waiting for my hot dogs.
I know the original hot dog.
Gotta get him.
Out in Coney Island. Actually, the original hot dog anywhere, but
Ever.
The Feltmans of Coney Island, the world's first hot dog brand, established in 1867 by Charles Feltman, the inventor of the glizzy, which is the hot dog. And in 2015, Michael and Joe Quinn revived the brand to honor their brother who passed away on 9/11. They're all big Mets fans, veteran-owned local business. Michael and Joe have a collective 30 plus years in uniform and 113 months deployed overseas. Veteran-owned business, and each year, what they always do when you can actually go to baseball games is they put together a package, and they all go to a Mets game together to honor their brother. So the Jimmy Quinn. The Jimmy Quinn baseball game this year obviously is canceled, but this would have been the 19th annual. So what they're doing, it's all going to be virtual. So they're urging you to go to feltmansofconeyisland.com, pick up the package. It comes with a couple packages of dogs, the T-shirt, some potato rolls, and their signature hot dog mustard there. And 100% of the proceeds go to the Tuesday's Children Charity, which is a nonprofit founded after 9/11. For the children and families of the 9/11 victims and first responders. So definitely something that you guys should get behind. Feltmans of Coney Island, huge Mets fans, great local business. And we still have to plan our hot dog eating contest. I don't know when we're going to do that, but we definitely have
Lizzie's
to
like,
plan
I'm
it.
ready.
We definitely have to get to that. So
Oh, I just want hot dogs.
she just wants to eat the hot dogs. She doesn't
I
even want
want
to
to
compete.
try them.
Yeah.
We're going to get a package soon. So
Figure it out.
definitely shout out to Michael and Joe. Great,
See,
doing great.
people in the comments want to know if I got the glizzy.
Doing great work. The glizzy for Lizzie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for
Hello,
all you guys,
hashtag
all
Lizzie
you
for
guys
Lizzie.
listening or watching, definitely head on over to Feltmans of Coney Island and use the special promo code T7L. You can get 10% off everything you see on their website. And if you are a service member or a veteran or a first responder, you can also receive 10% by using the ID.me at checkout. So you can type in your credentials, and I'm not sure how they verify it, but you get 10% off that way as well. So definitely head on over, check them out. Great friends of the show, huge Mets fans, and they're doing great things out there in Brooklyn. Let's hit the phones while we still can. We got a couple more minutes
Let's get
here.
how much time we got left. 'Cause
Who
we
we got?
restarted, right?
Aria,
Aria.
still there?
Hey,
Hey, thanks for
what's
holding.
going on, guys?
How you doing? How's it going?
Good, thank God. I miss you guys. And we were supposed to come to an outing this year, but didn't make it, unfortunately.
Aw.
Yeah, one day. Well, we hope, right?
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we hope. We hope. And actually, I was listening, and you said how everyone's usually at work, and I'm usually at work. I am a nursing home administrator. And I'm like, you know what? I actually took a week off this week to spend with my family. Let me call in to see how everything's doing.
Oh.
Well, you've probably had a pretty rough road over the past few months, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough for the past 5-6 months. But, shout out to my staff. They did a phenomenal job, and we're thankfully COVID-free. We have
Awesome.
visitation open, so it's really, really good right now.
I would definitely keep your head up. I mean, like we were talking about, with the whole Mets stuff and hoping to be getting an outing and things like that. Baseball is such an outlet, and hopefully even for just a few hours a day when the Mets aren't stinking up the joint, you're enjoying your evenings,
Exactly.
Get your mind off things.
That's what we're trying. Exactly. It's what it is. And we're just looking for some sort of distraction to kind of get us out. I remember driving to work. The best thing was listening to, like Boomer and Gio in the morning just to get my mind off of it. That was like at the very beginning. I
Absolutely.
had to escape.
Yeah,
Anyway,
those guys have been doing a great job But listen,
Yeah,
before
they
we
are.
let you go, I know we're closing in on an hour here. I want to give you something for free. So if you can, just pick box 1, 2, or 3. Whatever's in there will be yours for free.
Let's go number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Hey, number 2.
Use the tab.
Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Let's see what we got here. Lizzie's like thinking I'm crazy over here. Oh, we got a fanny pack.
Ooh.
I don't know if you drink beer,
one?
but the fanny pack. I don't know if you drink beer,
That's
but it
nice.
also comes with a
Ooh, I
removable
drink
koozie.
beer. I actually discovered a craft brewery right near my office. It's been horrible for my
Perfect.
pocket, but delicious for my stomach.
now you have a new fanny pack to wear there. Awesome.
All right, listen, hang on. Lizzie's going to get your address, all right?
Great.
Keep your head up. All right, so I didn't mean to rush him off the phone there, but
We're running low on time.
we're getting close to the hour, especially with our little hiccup there in the beginning. So, yeah. So just get his address. Julia, thank you for another week here.
Thank
It's
you
been
for having
fun.
me.
Hopefully the Mets, I mean, even though you think that it's not a real season, hopefully they can get...
I'm rooting for him.
Oh, of course. You're not
Right.
rooting against them.
Of course not.
Get back on track.
Yeah.
And we'll see what shakes up because MLB decided that more than half the teams are going to make the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. If not, we have 4 more shows.
Let's
maybe
go.
more. We'll see. Keep your head up, guys. Shout out to Dom Smith and everyone else that's standing up for what is right in the world. So
Love it.
talk to you soon. Let's go Mets. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.